Hi, this is Gary with MACMOST.com. Let me show you how you can extract parts of a PDF document into a new one. MACMOST is brought to you thanks to a great group of more than 2,000 supporters. Go to MACMOST.com/Patreon. There you could read more about it, join us, and get exclusive content and course discounts. Now let's say you have a large PDF document and you want to take just individual pages from it and make a new smaller document. Or perhaps you just want to take parts of a page and make a new document from that. So I have this example document here. If I double click it, it opens up in Preview the default app for handling PDFs. If I turn on thumbnails, I can see it's just got 7 pages. But let's say I want to extract only 3 of those into a separate document. A simple way to do this is to duplicate the document first and delete the pages you don't want. So I'm going to select the file here in the Finder, and if I choose File and then Duplicate, or simply use the keyboard shortcut Command D, I have a second copy of it. Let me open up that second copy. So let's delete the pages I don't want. Since I have the thumbnail showing here on the left, I can just select a page by clicking it and then press the Delete key and it deletes that page. I can select a range by clicking on one and then Command click to click another. So I have these 2 pages selected. If I press Delete, it gets rid of those. Let's get rid of one more page here like that. And now if I save with just Command S or File Save, then I've saved it and those pages should be gone. Let's close it and take a look. This original document here is 3.5 megs. This new version is 2.9 megs. I got rid of one of the 2 pages that had an image on it, and those images take up most of the space. Another way to do this is using copy and paste. So let me open the document again, and this time I'm going to select the pages I do want to keep. So I've got the first one selected. Let me Command click and select the 3rd page and Command click and select the 6th page. I could have used Shift to select a range. So I just have those 3 pages selected. I can now go to Edit and Copy or just use Command C. Now I can go to File and notice the first item is New from Clipboard or Command N. If I use that, I get a new untitled document with just those 3 pages. I can use File Save or Command S and I could save this new one here. And let's close both of those. And we know what the size of this one is. This one here is much smaller, 1.2 megs. So I definitely cut out the larger image in terms of size and a few other pages as well. Now let me show you another method that's even easier than those. If you open this up in Preview and have the sidebar here, you can drag any individual page into the Finder and it will create a new document for that page. So for instance, let's drag page 2 just out here to the Finder. It could be to a Finder window or to the desktop. And it's going to create this new version. It's going to use the same name but attach parentheses dragged to the name. And if I look at this file, it's just this one page here. You can see that's all that's there. And of course this is very small. This page doesn't even have an image on it, so it's tiny. Now you can use this to easily export lots of different pages. So I could drag this page out, I could drag this page out, I could drag this page out. You can see now I've got 3 different documents, each from a different page. But you could also select multiple pages. I'm going to select this first page here and I'm going to Shift click to select the range 1 through 3 and Command click to select page 6 as well. So these 4 pages. If I drag now, it's going to drag all 4 pages out. And when I look at this document, you can see it's got those 4 pages. So this is by far the easiest method to quickly create a new PDF document with only the pages you want. Now let's say instead of extracting whole pages from the PDF, you only want to extract a portion of a page. So in Preview you could do that. When you open it up, go to the page where you want to extract something. Go to Tools and choose Rectangular Selection. Then you could just select an area. I'm just going to select the top here. And with that selected, you can go to Edit Copy or Command C. And then go to File and then New from Clipboard. And this will create a new PDF that just has that section in there. You can see there's just this one page here with just that section. Now there's a little bit of a problem with this. You can see here it's just text, so you would think that now this is going to be a pretty small PDF. Let me go ahead and save it, and I'm going to save it as just text like that. And then I'm going to get info for this file, and you can see it's 632K, which seems pretty big. And in fact, if I were to drag and drop this first page out and create a document of just the first page, you can see that that is 632K. So what's happening here is this document actually includes everything on the first page. but is cropped to only show you the section that you want. This is probably done because PDF pages are complex and there's lots of instructions with overlapping elements. So Preview is just keeping it simple by taking the entire page and cropping it. So this image here, which takes up a lot of space, is actually included in this document even though you can't see it. And you would think there would be a way to get around this. Like maybe if you go to File and Print and try to print just that text there as a PDF and export it like that, then it certainly looks a lot different. You can see it puts it on a whole page, but it is the same size. So that image is still in there even though it's not being shown. You would think that using the markup tools and then putting a square over this, and let's make the square white, and then let's get rid of the border there. And now you can see I basically marked this out. And now if I try to export it, you think, well, it doesn't have the image anymore. But in fact, this is still the same size. It's a little bit bigger because it includes that square now. But there is a way to do this using the redaction tool. That's under Tools here. You can see there's Text Selection, Rectangular Selection, and Redact. So the first thing we want to do is extract this page. So I'm going to drag it out. Then I'm going to open up this new document that just has this one page in it. Then I'm going to go to Tools, Redact, and I'm going to dismiss the warning, draw around this, and redact that section. Now I'm going to save this, and when I check this document here, it's now tiny, 30K. So by saving it with the redaction on, it's actually removed the item there. Now if I don't want to see that black box there, I can now, after I've saved it the first time, go into the markup tools and I can draw this rectangle over it, make it white to match the background there. And when I save, you can see I now get a document that just is missing that piece there and is fairly small in size. Now there's no real easy way to extract sections and build a PDF document from those sections, but you can do it if you really need to. So the way I would do that there is I would use the rectangular selection tool and I would grab a piece. So I'll just grab, say, this piece here. I will do Command-C to copy and create new from clipboard. So this is my new document here. Then I'm going to go to another section. So let's say this section right here, and I'll select another rectangular area and I'll do Command-C. Now there's no way for me to paste this in here, but I can go and create another new document from the clipboard. And with the thumbnails on for each one of these, I can drag from one to the other like that. And you can see now I've combined these two sections in this one document and I can save this document. Now you have the same issue with that it's a cropped version of the full page, but you can use that redaction technique as an intermediate step. It's a lot of work, but if it's something you don't do on a regular basis, you just need to do it for a particular document, then at least you know you can get it done. In fact, the way I would do it is just simply select the thumbnails you want from the original document, drag them all to the Finder to create a new document from it, open that up, redact the areas that you want to get rid of, and save it. And if you have to, then open it up again and put white boxes over the redactions. So there are a whole bunch of different techniques that you could use to create a new PDF from parts of an old one. Hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, click the thumbs up button below to let me know. I publish new tutorials each weekday. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out.